Good morning, gamers. Welcome back. Today we're going to build the best redstone door of this world. Waddlers, you come at the perfect time, though. Literally the perfect time. Couldn't be any better. So the wandering trader, your wandering scammer. I'm sorry. Look at this. The wandering scammer is literally in the panda pen. Come on, Smooth Basalt. What are you doing? What are you doing? They're pandas. They literally roll around for a living. They don't make any money at all. They're not going to do that. What are you doing? Okay, time for you to go. Oh, look at the llamas. They're so happy to see me. They're smiling. Look at it. They're smiling. Last episode was fun. This thing right here, this is the newest farm in the world. It's a cactus farm. It's also one of my favorite builds of this entire world so far already. 100% completion, line banners and everything. And yeah, it's just one of my favorite builds. I like it. But when I was building this thing, I went through something. So it's no joke. There's no hiding it. I forget the blocks all the time, right? And when I forget the blocks on this build, this is what I had to do. I had to go over here and jump up on this block, then step over here, perfectly aligned in the center because I'm really tall. Then what I have to do is jump up right here, inch forward slowly, perfect 360 spiral, land right here, go down, and then finally, I'm in the storage building. Sheesh. So what I'm saying is, yeah, it's a whole process. There's a lot to it. And then don't even get me started about leaving the build. Look at this right here. We have to jump up here, chop that out with an axe, and then place it back, and instant headache. At the request of the council before the Great War, the storage building needs one final renovation, a proper back entrance. After today's renovations, the storage building will be complete forever, until I renovate it again. If you like this video, the series in general, drop a like. So there's no denying that this is a big, strong, independent build. There's only one type of door that's going to fit on a build this size, and that's going to be a redstone door. Over here, we have a 2x3 redstone door. It's a nice door. However, we've encountered a problem right away. So check this out. I counted. It's either 7 blocks or 9 blocks. I can't remember. Either way, though, it's odd. There's a dead center, which means a 2-wide door. It will be off-center no matter what, unless we did 2. But I don't want to do 2. That's not good. We're going to have to come up with something different, and that's where perfect spiral 3x3 redstone door comes in. This is a complex door, but this door is so cool that once we get it in, it's going to look really good. However, this tree is in the way. I hate to see it. I love to say it. This tree, it has to go away. We need to chop it down. Finally, at long last, we need to chop it down. I don't like to do it, but I hated this tree. It was just way too tall and too close to the storage building. It made the storage building look small, so kind of glad to see that tree go. 3x3 spiral door materials. Don't get me wrong, this door is kind of expensive, which is a bummer. To build this thing, you're going to need exactly 11 observers, 2 note blocks, a piston, 8 sticky pistons, this is going to be for the door, and then blocks for the actual door. You will also need extra redstone and extra building blocks. Make sure they're like a normal building block, like stone bricks or like planks or something like that, not glass. If you want to set up the entrance exit system how I'm going to set it up, highly recommend it. You will need 2 more observers, 2 more note blocks, 2 more levers, and then some more redstone dust. Everything in here is going to be in exact amounts other than the redstone dust stuff in the building blocks. Okay, so first we need to figure out where we want the door. The door is obviously going to be centered on the back of the build. The question is, though, like, where do we put it? So the ground on the second floor is right here. I feel like it could probably be good to just, like, walk into the build and be, like, even on the floor, right? So, like, flat in there. So probably, like, right here. What we're going to do is grab our blocks that we're going to build the door out of. So for us, it's going to be the smooth quartz. I think that's going to look really nice, match the build, and place it in where we think the door should go. Yeah, so that means we're going to walk through the door, be perfectly even with the smithing table floor up there, and then over here, it's actually perfectly even too, right? Yeah, it is. Okay, that kind of works out perfectly, I think, right? Yeah, that's even. Yeah, okay, cool. That's good. A couple things to know about this door placement. Keep in mind that the redstone is going to be a couple blocks deep. You're going to want to have like 2-3 blocks of space on either side of the door. Not that we're going to use it all, but yeah, just make sure there's room for the redstone. Also, if you're on Bedrock Edition, don't waste your time with this. I haven't tested it, but pretty sure it's not going to work. Not too sure, though. Bedrock gamers, if this does actually work, put it in the comments and I'll pin your comment or something. Because of how we're going to build this door, we're going to have a hole in the center. In my opinion, it doesn't look bad. I think it actually looks kind of good. It's also only a 1-block hole, which means everything really dangerous, creepers and skeletons, will be kept on the outside. 100%. You could close that middle block up with a double piston extender, but it's going to change the redstone entirely, and also, in my opinion, kind of mess up the spiral a little bit, so I'm going to leave the middle hole there. I don't mind it. Next, we need to get the sticky pistons in. The first 3 are going to go down below this door, all 3 facing up, all 3 1 block away from the door, so just like that. Over here, we're going to place one in the center, facing towards the door, again 1 block away. Same thing on the other side, perfectly symmetrical, always, like that. Now, the final pistons go above the door. They're going to face down at the door, again, 1 block away. So there, there, and there. These are all temporary blocks. We'll just remove those now. This is what we end up with. 3 on the bottom, 3 on the top, 1 in the middle, 1 in the middle. Easy mode so far, but this is where things start to get a little bit more tricky. So a couple things about this circuit. You can place a circuit on either side of this door. You can put it on the outside or the inside. We're going to put it on the inside because I think it'll be a little bit better to hide away. The circuit's really not that big though. Also, you could have your spiral go either direction. You could have it go this way, or you could have it go the other way. We're going to have it go this way. If you want your spiral to go the opposite direction, just build the circuit backwards. It'll all be the same. So, we start with an observer. We're going to use an observer to send a signal around this thing in a perfect spiral. Observer facing out right there, building block right behind it. Now check this out. If I update this, the piston actually fires and pulls the block back. If I update it again, it puts it right back so it can open and close the door. Now, to continue the circuit, observer facing that thing right there, building block right there, redstone dust. Now, check this out. We got the first 2 blocks. That's perfect. All we need to do is continue moving the signal up now. To do that, piston right there, that's going to fire out into a block. Temporary block right there, observer facing right there, remove that block. Now the sweet build is in the way. We have to move it. All of this stuff is going to have to probably go away. We'll have to redesign that. No big deal. We have an observer right there. Next, we're going to need a note block placed right there. That's going to take a signal. And then an observer looking at that right there. After that, we're going to do a building block right here and a building block right here. Redstone dust, redstone dust. So far, we have 3 pistons that are going to fire. Boom. Just like that. Perfect spiral so far. That's good. Alright, so far so good. Almost halfway there. 3 pistons hooked up. Now we need to work on the top of the build. The top of the build is actually pretty easy. We're going to start with a temporary block right there. We'll remove it in a minute. Observer facing down. Another temporary block. Redstone dust right there. And then an observer looking at the redstone dust. Just like that. Then we can jump up here and remove these 2 temporary blocks. We don't need them. We're going to place a building block right there and a building block right there. These are going to power this piston right there. After those, we're going to move over here, place another observer right there, grab another building block, place it right there, put redstone on it. That's going to power this middle one. Then we're going to do it again. We're going to place another observer looking at that right there, building block, and guess what? Another building block right there, redstone dust, redstone dust. So this circuit is pretty symmetrical up here. That's going to power the whole top thing. We're in a really good spot now. That piston good, that one's good, that's good, those 3 are good. All that we have left is this one and this one. To finish this thing off, let's go back up to the top. From the top, we're going to keep everything in line. We're going to place an observer right there looking at that redstone dust that powers that piston. We're going to place a temporary block right there, jump down a little bit, and place an observer looking up at that temporary block. We're going to climb back up, remove that block, and place a redstone dust right there on top of the observer. This observer sends the signal there, the observer sees the update, and it will carry it downwards. Now, what we're going to want to do is place temporary block right there, permanent block right there. Remove the temporary one, go back up here, place a redstone dust there, and then right behind this piston right there, note block, redstone dust on the note block. That's going to send the signal all the way down to this piston right there. We have one final piston. One last observer, place it down right there looking at the note block directly. Temporary, permanent block. Remove the temporary, redstone dust right there. Block right here, redstone dust, and there we go. That is the entire door circuit. And not to brag, I came up with this thing myself. Alright, well, let's run this redstone line up here just temporarily and give this door a try. We hit the lever. Perfect spiral right there. It opens the door. We hit the lever again. Perfect spiral right there. It closes the door. We can do it over and over and over again. It will never mess up. It's flawless. The observers carry the signal all the way around this thing. The observers see the note blocks update sometimes. Look at this thing. It's a spiral door, which is so cool. So now all we need to do is figure out where the actual entrance lever will go and the actual close the door lever will go on the inside and finish this whole thing up. So now, first things first, let's figure out where we want the lever to go on the outside of the build and set that circuit up. Then we can set the inside circuit up. The inside one will be a little bit easier. I'm thinking that we want the lever to be spaced out from the door probably, and definitely at this level. I feel like this might be an okay spot, but at the same time, do we want the door to maybe get a little bit more opened up? I think the answer is yes. So what if we put the lever maybe over here? I don't think that's going to mess with the circuit at all. We have to be careful with where we're putting the lever. Is that going to mess with the circuit? I don't think so. We're not going to have a block right here, so that's going to be good. That's going to be all cleared out. I think that's fine. Okay, let's just go with it for now. Let's say we're gonna have the lever right there. We're gonna place the lever on a block, then right behind that block, a note block. Then looking at that note block, we're gonna place an observer. Then down below that observer, redstone dust. Then all we're gonna do is carry that line of redstone dust all the way over to the observer so it actually links up. And then when we hit the lever, the redstone dust will light up actually, so check that out. Lights up, powers that whole door. We hit it again. Same exact thing. That's perfect. Now to quiet the note block down, if you don't want the noise, place a block above it and it'll be silent. Hit the lever every single time and it works. So the inside. I have no clue what I'm going to do with the inside, to be honest. Let's just put dirt in here temporarily. The dirt is the floor too. Maybe that'll come this way. What do we do? Do we maybe actually copy the same thing? And we can just put like the lever right there on the inside. And then it kind of like goes in towards that thing. I feel like that might be sweet. Okay, small problem. If I put it on this side, it's going to be right next to that tower, actually. That might not be a good spot for it. I got it. I figured it out. On the inside, this is how we're going to do things. We have the door right there. We have building blocks right there. We'll get better building blocks in right there, too. But the lever on the inside is going to be on the same side. All we need to do is wire it up. So note block right there. Jumping down here. Observer right there. Redstone right there. Redstone right there. And then we can link up to this other line that I already put in for the other one. That's perfect. Now, check this out. We hit the lever. The door opens, and it sounded like a fence gate open too, but the door opens, then we go out here, hit the lever, the door closes, then we can hit the lever again, and the door opens. It doesn't matter where you leave the levers because we're powering this note block, which is powering the whole circuit, and there we go, flawlessly enter and exit every single time. The real entrance, the grand entrance. Now, all I need is like some kind of grand building here. I'm thinking some kind of like tall tower. That could look pretty sweet. That's the door, though. That's the door. That's the entire door. It actually works. Now, what are we powering down here? I'm pretty sure it's the fence gates that I put in. I could probably change that really easily with, like a fence in here. Yeah, I bet it's that top one. If I change that and put just, like, a fence gate, it's a small detail, but it'll work fine. Moment of truth. Is that it? Oh, yeah. That was it. That was it. Problem solved. Door gang, door gang. The door is in now. It works perfectly. Flawlessly even. Haha, that was the easy part of the build. You see, when it comes to the door, I knew exactly what I was doing. The next part, that's not the case here. So I was taking a look at the build that we have here, and I noticed one thing, like a lot of one thing actually. Stone. There's so much stone on the build, so I figured we could use stone on this back part of the build. I was looking at a different like angle side of the build, and I noticed another thing. Stone. There was so much stone on that other part of the build too, which was pretty crazy. So I figured maybe a little bit more stone. Then I took a look at another spot of the build, and oh, of course, we can't forget stone bricks. Stone bricks are on the build, and stone bricks look so good. Mossy stone bricks too. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. It's going to look like really good. So maybe stone bricks even? Maybe, perhaps. I don't know if it's going to work, but possibly. When I was designing this build for the first time, initially I had one thing in mind and one thing only, the Notre Dame Cathedral. It's a big building. It's a cool looking building. It caught on fire, but it's a cool looking building. This thing has never caught on fire, but I would say, to be honest, that it's kind of cool looking. Later on, we renovated the build and put a gigantic bell on the side, which is cool too, but I think we should go back to the roots with this part of the build now, and basically, Minecraft Notre Dame it up. So that means like a big square boxy back part, big tower over there, big tower over there. They're flat towers, and then a little thing in the middle that connects it. Yeah, I feel like that would look pretty cool. Now, to make this happen, we're going to have to basically completely renovate this thing. We have to keep it, like, relatively the same size, though. So what I was thinking is maybe on these corners, we just make that a little bit thicker, so then we have a section of 3 there. We'll mirror everything, make it identical, so we'll have another section of 3 over there. So very minor changes. Then that's going to mean that, like, this side of the build over here can pretty much stay the same. Same with the other side, which is good. And all that we need to do is figure out the middle, which is actually way harder than you would think. So what I'm thinking here, stone for sure. Then maybe we could go like up to there so we can hide the redstone. Maybe a little bit more stone, and we're gonna keep everything symmetrical on the build, right? And then finally, maybe a little bit of stone. Then over here, pretty much the same thing. I think we have more stone popping out. We could definitely come back in on this part of the build and add like details for sure. Definitely gonna do that. The details could be with andesite. It could be with like other things popping off of the build. I'm not too sure, but yeah. So like more stone. So then we have something that kind of looks like that. I think that's cool looking, and definitely room for like something in the middle. Maybe even staircases too to make that a little bit sharper. I think that could look cool. Oh, the middle, the sweet, sweet middle. What do we do in the middle on the outside? So we have a piston right there. I'm pretty sure we could put a furnace right there, and that won't mess with the circuit. I'm pretty sure, right? Yeah, no way that's messing with a circuit, obviously. Okay, so then from the outside, check that out. We can see that, which is cool looking, it's okay, but maybe what we could do is like fences, maybe fences. I'm not too sure about this. We could like even go a little farther with the fences. No, definitely not. No, we can't. I mean, staircases are usually cool. We could easily make the stone taller on the side. That's no big deal. Staircases? Perhaps some staircases in there? I don't know. This is really hard, actually. Hold up. I might be onto something. This might be the biggest invention of all time. We put a glowstone right there, and it looks cool. It looks nice, right? But then maybe on the outside, we put that right there. Okay. Well, you know what I'm going to have to do? I'm just going to have to move on. Something way easier to deal with, the ground outside of the build. On the outside of this build, all we're going to do is raise the ground up so it's all flat and even. Then you can just kind of like walk right up to the build. We'll put a path in, of course, but yeah. Now, these side stone brick things, I'm thinking that these will go straight up. We will definitely, absolutely get the other stone brick types in here, like mossy and stuff. So that'll go up to here, maybe, and then we'll go like straight across with like staircases or something and create like a proper ledge in there. I think that'll look pretty cool. Then we'll have these sections of 3 over here. I'm thinking like big windows in there. That could look pretty sweet. And then maybe these like continue and wrap around over there. And then somewhere in here is where the tower starts. We put like a big tower there, a big tower there. Hey, by the way, it's your guy Editors here. Like, this is me after I finish the video. I messed the sound up in the second part of the video, like while we're building again for like the millionth time. Yep, that's how you know it's me making the video. Sorry about that. Couple more steps of renovation later, and we have a build that is looking like this now. Just getting the shape and still looking a whole lot better. This detail actually doesn't look too bad. It needs andesite for sure, but it looks good. I'm thinking maybe some kind of accent block in there, maybe like dark oak wood that would match, or like a color with terracotta. And then you see those fences up there. That's where the middle part is going to get capped off, somewhere right there. I might swap the fences out for iron bars though. I think they might look a little bit better. But over here, we're going to continue that straight up a little bit more. Not too much more, but a little bit more. It's going to be too wide and too wide over there. It's all going to stay symmetrical. It's going to get tall and be 2 separate towers. Again, symmetrical. But yeah, I'm actually like not hating it. I think it's starting to look pretty cool. And the towers are actually going to end up being a lot taller than the actual build, which I think will actually probably end up looking pretty cool. One thing that I forgot to kind of mention, the sides. The sides are going to need to be renovated a little bit too. And don't worry, we will still make all of these blocks look really, really good. Oh yeah, and these areas, tall windows. Tall windows for sure, definitely. I also have to renovate the inside. I think the inside is going to be a little bit easier to work with here because there is less. Like, I'm just going to leave this wall alone, basically. That wall, too, for now. Maybe eventually we make, like, bigger staircases. The map's going to move somewhere else. I don't know where. But, yeah, can't forget the inside. Can never forget the inside. Cactus check. Ooh, not bad. A little block variation is key. I got a couple different blocks in here now, and it looks so much better. Also, diamonds. Nice. I'm back from the nether, ready to build the towers, finally. Here's what we have right now. It's looking pretty good on the outside, if I do say so myself. And then the inside, the poor map wall. I feel so bad. We have to move the map wall. I'm thinking about some bigger renovations on the inside at some point, but so far, this is what I have. I swapped that out for dark oak. That looks better. I finished the walls in here. The glass windows over here, they're pretty cool looking. On the other side, the exact same thing because symmetry. And the floor, I actually finished the floor, which looks pretty cool. Now, I need some more smooth quartz blocks in there to finish the door up, make that look good. But yeah, the outside, no block details in there, no blocks up there. I figured that matched pretty nicely, and it's looking pretty cool. However, the towers, I've been pushing it off. I've been pushing it off for so long. I don't exactly know here. Let's just go for it. Okay, so maybe I'm thinking polished basalt in here. Polished basalt is going to match the build pretty nicely, but it's also going to look a little bit different. Polished basalt accent in there. Still thinking iron bars. Polished basalt maybe goes the entire way where we can see it everywhere. The basalt looks pretty good. After the basalt, we're going to come in with cobblestone because it's been actually a really long time since I've used any cobblestone in this build. I think what I want to do here is go up like maybe a little shorter, like maybe to this height right here. Then what we'll do is a staircase, a slab, and another staircase. We're going to put some more arches on the build. In the back, I'm thinking maybe black concrete to make the build like look really, really dark from like down the road. I think that could kind of look cool. On the corners, we're going to do the same exact thing. We want a strong corner. It's a big tower, so solid with cobblestone. How's it look, though? Are these dimensions good? I think they're good looking. I think they're good. We could maybe make the arch a little bit better, though, by moving the slabs up 1 block. So we'll do that. I changed my mind. Walls in the corner to make it look cooler. We'll have the wall continue into the build to, like, right here, and then it'll end. Next, we're going to add some stone brick staircase caps on this thing. And finally, now the real tower. And I think the real towers are going to be built out of basalt. What we're going to do, because we have these caps on here, is basically just have the tower come straight out of this part right here. I'm not too sure how tall the tower is going to be. It's not going to be too much taller than this. We're already getting like really, really tall up here. So just a little bit taller here. The towers will only be in the corners. So this will kind of turn there. It'll turn over there. We'll have a low spot in the middle. Tower over there. Tower over there. Flat on the top. Yeah, I think that's going to be everything with the build. The only question is, how tall does the tower go? Good question. Me? I have no clue. How about, like, that tall? Is that tall? Okay, that one's a little shorter. Maybe, like, 1 block taller. That should maybe be good. And also, I feel like the basalt is really cool, but it stands out so much. So, unfortunately, I think the basalt has to go. I'll build it out of stone and andesite instead. Haven't used that in a minute. I've got it. I've finally figured it out. The map wall. I didn't want to take the map wall down and just put it away like in a chest, right? We built the wall for a reason. Well, here it is. The solution. The solution has been in front of me the whole time. Literally, I've been working on this thing for like hours now. I've been looking at it, and it just now hit me right here. Easy. All we have to do is move the map up here 1 by 1. Just realized that I probably should have literally done it 1 by 1. The maps are all out of order now. That's going to be fun. It doesn't matter though, gamers. I've been busy. I've been working on this build for a long time, a very, very long time, and I'm proud to say, I'm very proud to say actually, that this build is now, I don't know where this map goes. We'll put it up there for now. Yeah, something doesn't look too right about that one. Let's see. Obviously, the snow in the north, there we go. That's perfect. But anyways, I've been working on this build for a long time. Here it is from the inside. I spent way less time on the inside, okay? So be nice. Actually, we could take this trapdoor monstrosity down because it's kind of in the way. And of course, the full vibe. So we'll go ahead and close that door up. Maybe a trapdoor right there, a trapdoor right there. I'm thinking like a rug in here for sure. A rug would help break this floor up. But anyways, the inside, here we go. So yeah, I didn't spend as much time on the inside as I did on the outside. It's simple, but it works. I also finished the towers, okay? Yep, finished the tower. You saw that there. The same with this tower. Yep, you saw it. It's finished, okay? Don't worry. Now the outside. So we hit the door from the inside, the spiral, the perfect spiral, and then right on the outside, we start with a path. For now, we're just gonna do path blocks, but I think in the future, we might actually come and make this more of like a city path back here because it's a little fancier, right? Yeah, on second thought, the path definitely needs to change. Like, it's too basic. It's too plain. Doesn't really fit the vibe of this area. Also, I need more plants. It's really empty. However, look at the build, okay? Ignore the plants. Now, the build got big. Like, really big. In fact, so big that we're not even going to see the build until we step all the way back here. Way down this road. Look at it. The storage cathedral. The sweet cathedral. It is finally finished. It's finally how I envisioned it when I first built this thing. Look at this. The towers ended up getting so big. They're really tall. I've been on the grind, the building grind for sure, working on these things, trying to make sure that these towers ended up matching the whole build. Even with the basalt, which we actually didn't use in the rest of the build, like anywhere, the thing matches. It actually matches. I don't want to insult the bell tower, but I have to. When I was building the bell tower, I was envisioning the towers that I put on the back of this thing. The bell tower just never ended up how I wanted it to be. These towers, though, however, on the back, I could never say anything bad about these towers. There's nothing bad to say about them. I like them. Actually, there's one thing that I could say. I want to add banners to this tower, but I just don't really have, like, the best, like, banner setup quite yet, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, like, I'm gonna add some banners, maybe, like, up there, definitely down there for sure, but other than the banners, I mean, you cannot deny. I've seen some comments about it down in the comments. I don't know what you're on about if you commented it, but you really just can't deny anymore that this build right there, that's a building. It's officially confirmed to be a building now. You cannot deny it. And you know how it is, the angles. I have to walk around and look at the angles, which is what I've been doing, just looking at the build with the new tower back there. I feel like it really completes this thing. The only thing that I could maybe add to it is like some kind of gigantic steeple in the middle, maybe some interior renovations, like more of those. But the angles, the towers are so big that you can actually see them from basically everywhere in the base. They're way taller than the actual build itself, which is pretty sweet. The cat agrees. There is also one tree behind me, directly behind me actually, that I don't know if I like. I can't decide if I should remove it or keep it there. It kind of blocks the view of the building, so I'm leaning towards removing it. Let me know what you think down below, though. Waddlers, you know what time of the day it is. Comment of the day, episode 110. Waddles, Bill's Cactus Farm. Yes, this was from last episode. Comments, Wool Farm. Yeah, I can't relate to this comment. I don't know what it's about, to be honest. I'm, like, completely in the dark here. I keep seeing it down in the comments, actually. I don't get it. Like, what do you mean by wool farm? Like wool farm for wool. Farm for wool is what I gather. This is a wool farm right here. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, look it. I hit the gate. It's very high-tech. I walk around in here. I spin around, like, pretty quickly. Usually faster than this, actually. And I get a bunch of wool. So, wool farm. For everybody wondering about it, it's right here. It's great. 3x3 spiral door, Minecraft guide 110. That is it. Today, big shout out to my patrons: Bruce Renegade Baby, 9th Ant, Monster Muffin 3, and K9 Baker 3355. Thank you all so much for the support. Thank you all for watching. 1000K merch, it is out now if you didn't hear. Down in the link, my TikTok, it is also out now if you didn't hear. Drop a follow on that. Check out the merch. Thank you all for watching. It has been me, your boy, Minecraft Notre Dame here. Thank you all for watching. I will see you all in the next episode. Goodbye, everybody.